Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Just Talks with Soti. If this is your first time of being here, thank you so much for being here and welcome to my channel. In our usual tradition, if you are yet to subscribe, please do subscribe and share to your friends and your loved one. I would really want you to join me on my journey. Without taking much of your time, let us get into today's business. Interestingly, the color of my lip has to do with the topic of today. So, today's topic will be discussing red flags in context of domestic violence. Now, red flag connotes a warning sign, indication that there's danger ahead. The red flag could also be a warning signal. Now, for my HR professionals, they'll tell you one of the red flags to see is a company that is constantly recruiting. I mean, if your company was that fantastic, why would people want to leave you? Now, in terms of friendship, a red flag would be when you're always being cut off. I mean, you cannot be that bad that everybody wants to cut you off. Now, I wouldn't want to say you are the problem, but take a look at this. If you are super amazing, I am sure nobody wants to cut you off. So it's either you are not an exciting person or your choice of friends might not be fantastic. In the context of relationship, which is where our focus will be on today. Every human will get angry at a point in their lives. Even the seemingly easygoing, cool-headed, gentle ones, at a point in their lives will actually get angry. Now, anger is a very powerful emotion, and don't forget, it was embedded in us even at creation. And the Bible also reckons that, yeah, sometimes you might get mad at people, but the Bible also says that even if you are permitted to get upset or to get angry for one reason or the other, you shouldn't stay angry for so long. So meaning that yes, you can express anger. Yes, you can be angry at someone or something, but you should learn to manage your emotions effectively so it doesn't stay for so long or it doesn't linger for so long. Now, one of the statements I would never be in agreement with is the statement that somebody just changed overnight. I hear stuff like, oh, he was never like that, or she just changed overnight. Never. Nobody just wakes up one morning and then has an attribute of domestic violence. It was a pattern that was built over time. It was once a habit, and after consistent practice became a behavior, which then built into character. Okay, so typically that's how habit is formed. You start it, it's usually a pattern, and then it continues to grow, and before you know it becomes a part of you. So that's just the same way character is being built. Now, nobody wakes up one morning and just mistakenly slaps the other person. I mean, you must have done it over time, right? And if left unchecked, behaviors become a part of you, becomes your character. I do not belong to the school of thought that love is blind, okay? Because I am made to believe that God is love, and if God is not blind, then love is not blind. In the issue of relationship, there are certain signs we all need to look out for, and these signs must never be discarded but must be taken seriously. Do they take responsibility for their actions? Do they throw things when they are angry? Do they yell, or do they just walk out for some fresh air? Or are they quick to probably throw a punch at someone or strip someone? How do they react at the height of their emotions? These are things that we should not take for granted. These are things that we should not overlook in a relationship or in a friendship. Is your friend or your partner a narcissist? Are they a misogynist? You need to isolate these issues and make sure you treat them or nip them in the bud. I like to do an audit on my friends, and if I find out that my friends are not exactly um, adding to me or they do not share my values, I'd rather just move on. Now, one of the craziest things you do not want to have is have someone that does not have control of their emotions. Do you have people that have outbursts and instead of taking ownership, they rather blame you for it? I've seen cases of someone getting slapped, and the next thing I hear is you caused it. How did how did this person cause being slapped? And you do not take ownership. And I hear stuff like, "Oh, he wouldn't have hit me if I did not provoke him." Are you serious? People that tend to gaslight or people that tend to push the blame and never take ownership of their emotions are not people you want to be around. I mean, we are adults and we should be responsible for our actions. Not forgetting that for every action, there is a consequence. You do not have to wait till it becomes a permanent scar or the issue escalates before you cut the person off or run for your life. Ignore the warning signs or the red flag because a slap today will be a punch tomorrow. And when we're talking about the issue of domestic violence, I am not relating to just women. Okay, we've seen cases of men being um, violated. We've seen cases of men being beaten by their wives or their partners. We've seen cases of um, people gaslighting men. Okay, so domestic violence is both ways. You can have it as a woman to a man or a man to a woman or friends. Yes, as I said earlier, never wait for the situation to escalate beyond your control. We've had cases of people who got permanently damaged because of the fact that they were tolerating that brother or that sister. I've said it time and again, you are not the Holy Spirit and your job is not to change people. Okay? You can manage people, but you honestly cannot change them. And is domestic violence something you want to manage? I doubt that. So before it gets out of hand, I suggest that you run for your dear life. And if it's a friend, you cut them off. Okay. Now, if you feel that you are the one in that situation, meaning that you are the party that is involved in domestic violence, okay, I think one of the things that can help us, I understand that a lot of us have um, anger issues. Okay, now one of the things that can help such a person is for you to identify your triggers. Okay, but then first off, you have to own up to the fact that you have an issue. It's only one that has an issue that will definitely seek a solution. Now, what are your triggers? You need to understand your triggers. Do you hate being talked down on? Do you hate being confronted? What are your triggers? And the moment you can identify them, then you leave your triggers before it gets out of hand. There are cases whereby you want to manage the situation when you know that it is beyond your control. Also, you can seek help. To be very honest, I know that therapy is quite expensive in this side of the world.
And do not forget that you have a great advantage in the person of the Holy Spirit. All you need to do is yield to Him and He will guide you and help you along your journey. And also, you can find a way to channel all of that emotions to something you like to do, to a hobby that you like so much. And you can find inner peace doing that. Lastly, if you have been a victim of domestic violence, just know that your past does not have to define you. Okay, you will still find the time to heal. And remember that forgiveness is a journey, and the fact that you are forgiving the person does not mean that you need to be in a relationship with that person. Okay, so forgiveness is one thing, but bringing that person back into your life is another thing. Till I come your way again, thank you for joining and have a blessed day ahead.